Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good night, and good day, depending on where you are located. Thank you so much for joining us on this live demo of Customily 2.0. I'm Josema, and I'm the uh, Customer Success Manager at Customily. I'm going to be your host. Today, I'm going to teach you the basics of our latest update, Customily 2.0. You will learn how to create and publish your products from scratch using both a print-on-demand supplier and your own products. We have a live chat open, and my teammates are here as well, so you can ask questions anytime, and they will be answering there. I will also be answering some questions live after the demo. We also have a special challenge for you at the end of the webinar, so make sure you stick to the end. Okay, so let's start this live demo with the basics. What is Customily 2.0? Well, Customily 2.0 is our latest update for Shopify stores. It allows you to create and publish personalized products easier, faster, and better than before. What's interesting about this update is that you now can choose a product directly from a print-on-demand supplier, add a design to it, and get it published in your Shopify store, all from the Customily app. Also, with the print-on-demand services that have an API connection, all the fulfillment will be automated. This means that once you receive a purchase, all the order details and the ready-to-print file will be sent to the corresponding POD provider automatically for fulfillment and shipping. Last but not least, another interesting feature of this update is that you now have access to Customily's design libraries. This means you can find designs ready to use and sell, or you can use our exclusive clipart collection to create your own designs. So we can easily say that there are 4 different paths that you can explore with Customily 2.0. You can work with a print-on-demand provider who has its own product catalogs and add a design from Customily's library to that product. This is the fastest path, the one that allows you to have published products ready to sell in minutes. You can work with the print-on-demand provider, but choose to add your own designs to their products. In this case, you will have to populate your design libraries before being able to publish products in your store. On the other hand, if you have your own products and are not interested in working with a print-on-demand provider, the way to go is to start by populating your product-based library first. After you have your own product mockups, you can choose to add a design from Customily's library or create and publish products from your own artwork. You can add your own designs and your own products. This is the path that involves more time, but once you have all your products mockup and all your designs set up, it's just a mix and match game, and you'll be able to create and launch new products in seconds. Now that we have seen the different alternatives and we have that clear, how about we create some products together? Okay, I'm guessing you can all see my screen now. And so let's start with the beginning. And let's imagine I'm a Shopify store owner. I want to start selling personalized products and just install Customily to try it out. Here we are in the main menu of Customily 2.0. From here, you will have access to print-on-demand providers, design libraries, and product mockups. So the first thing you need to ask yourself is, are you going to work with a print-on-demand provider, or will you sell your own products? Now let's start with the easiest path, using a POD with automated fulfillment in Customily and a design from Customily. Let's click on Create New Product. And let's pick a supplier. For example, I want to sell Gearman's products. Here you can see the Gearman catalog, and you'll see that there are many pages of products available to use across Customily. I'm going to select this heavy blend crewneck sweatshirt. I'm going to see the list of variants that this product offers. And what I'm going to do is just pick some. For example, let's see, I'm going to pick like these colors. Yeah, and let's pick 3 sizes. These are the colors and the sizes that I want to market. Then I click next. And here we are going to select to pick from Customily designs. This is an amazing part of Customily in which you can see all our designs. They keep adding pages and pages of new designs, and you can explore them all the way up to 150 so far. And well, I'm going to pick one of the last ones we have created, this one. Happy Mother's Day, the best dog mom. Now, while we are waiting a couple of minutes, Customily is actually working for us. It's creating a new listing in your Shopify store. It's connecting that listing to the POD you selected. It's bringing information from the POD regarding the print area, regarding the mockup images, and then it's taking the design you selected and putting that on the print area and on the mockup. Also, it is creating the template, the options to customize that product later, is creating the libraries of all the dogs and the cats and the people. So once you get here, the only thing left to do is set the product details and check that everything works correctly. This is the final step in which you can advance certain steps that you could later do in Customily or in Shopify. For example, if we go to Edit Product Details, we can change the name of the product that came right away from our POD. Like that, I always recommend changing the title to something that you can easily identify in your store. You can change the description, for example, and then here, there's a shortcut to set up the prices and the SKU of the product in Shopify. Of course, you can later do this in Shopify. Why not save some time and do it in Customily? So we're going to save the product and go back to the final reviewing. What you can see here is the live preview, just as the final user will see it in your store. An interesting feature is that you can play around with the personalization options and use that as the main product. So we can preview the color variants that we selected. We can choose the number of dogs. Yeah, and I can start typing, for example, the first dog name, pick a breed, pick a dog, go for the second, and also pick another breed, something different. And let's go with the mini. That will be, sounds like a poodle, I guess. So this looks like a pretty nice preview, okay? We may want to showcase another color. Okay, and if we like this to be our main listing photo, just click here to save this as the main listing photo. This is nice because when people are in your store, they see the product with an example of the personalization. So they could buy not just a blank product. And I highly recommend that if you have one dog, two dogs, three dogs, for example, combinations, just try to choose something from all available options so customers can get a real idea of how much you can customize. And so now we're ready to publish. Okay, in this case, we're going to click publish. Oh, Customily will remind us that we need to insert the API key from the POD provider, in this case, Gearment. This is in order to have automatic fulfillment. If you don't do this, the clients can place orders, but Gearment won't receive the information for fulfillment automatically, and you will need to send it to them using a CSV file, for example. So it's a good opportunity to set up the API key and connect your POD account to Customily. Okay, well, let's skip this, and our product is now live. Again, we can play around with the variants and choose the dogs as we did before. In this case, we're going to the Eternal Charlie, our main Beagle model. So now let's go through the longest path, okay? Let's say I want to sell my own product with my own art. So the first thing I have to do is start populating my starting menu with designs and product bases. Think of it like this. On the first path, you have everything ready. The POD provider has uploaded all the product mockups and the print area, and Customily has created awesome designs for you to use. But you can also create everything by yourself, and now I'm going to show you how to get it done. Let's start with the product bases. Imagine I want to sell pillows, so I will create a product base for the pillow. I'm going to click on Create New Product Base. Then name this, for example, 26 by 26 pillow, and set up a print area of 26 by 26. I'm going to create page, and this is our maximum print area. This means that I'm going to print in exactly 660 by 660 millimeters. That's 26 by 26 inches. And whatever I'm going to print in that print area will go to the edges. I can always, the product will probably have a bigger size. And in case you actually need to have some margins, you can always adjust the print area. Basically, inside this maximum print area, Customily will drop any design that you're going to create later. So we set the size, we set the print area, and it's important to select the export format from all the available formats that Customily offers. For example, in this case, we're going to be printing in a PNG format, and so we should establish a nice resolution, like 300. All said and done, let's click next to go to the second step, which is the preview. Some of you will find these steps familiar, but we are focusing on creating the product base. Here we have the print area, but we actually want to put this on top of a product image. So we need to have product image, basically. And I'm going to upload those by going to this button here, Add Product Images. I'm going to be offering 3 colors, ivory, peach, and powder ink, and I have those free images ready to go. So I'm going to select these free images and open them. Like any dynamic image, I can browse through the options to preview them. Okay. And of course, these object product images will be created behind the print area on the layer selector. What I'm going to do now is resize the print area to what I know is going to be the exact print preview and have it like that. But this is kind of solid, correct? So we should add some effect, some wrinkles effect and some depth and shadows. And for that, we have a feature called mask. And this mask is an overlay that we can add, and it's going to match the product images. So it is very important to have a file like this. I'm going to create the object mask, transform this to fit the size of the preview, and then go to image, upload image, and select all three masks. In this case, I have three identical masks because the color is changing on the background, but it's important to have a mask for each color variant or each product variant because they will change accordingly. Usually we recommend this sequencing of images and masks when we are working, for example, with phone cases. So once I select all these three, check this out. Now this is looking more like a pillow, right? The mask is created on top of the print area, which is on top of the product images. And we have a really cool mockup. Finally, we're going to set this up and go next. Do a final reviewing to check how the print area is behaving, how the preview will behave, and save. Very important before we actually save this product base. As you know, in the product images, you uploaded three options. Those three options will turn into variants. So it's important that the name of the file has the exact name of the variants that will be displayed on the store later, and also how Customily will create that listing in Shopify. If by any chance you uploaded something like, I don't know, image 1, image 2, image 3, this is the chance to change those names into the names of the variants you want to sell. Once you change those, and of course the variant is color and you can personalize this as well, you save this. Okay, done. This is our product-based library. It's going to show in this area here. But if you go to the Start menu, you will see that when you start creating your product bases, like I just did, they will start showing up here. So now when you click on creating a new product, you can choose from a print-on-demand provider, or you can click here and use your product bases. So far, so good. Now I want to create my own designs instead of using Customily's designs. You will click here on Create a New Design to start, but first, let's take a quick look at Customily's libraries, a tool that will help you save tons of time. I'm going to click Libraries. And so Customily libraries are where you can upload all the different elements you want to use, so you can easily apply them to different designs and templates later. Libraries like color libraries, font libraries, vectors, and image libraries will help you organize your assets, will help you easily connect once those assets to the templates and the designs. And also when you upload these libraries, those changes will automatically update the rest of the elements that you use. So you use a library on a template or a design, and you later update that with new images or new fonts or new colors, and those updates will reflect right away on the product. Let's, for example, create an image library. I'm going to go to Image Libraries, click on Add Library. We're going to name this Mother's Day Design. And we're going to create the library. Now let's go to the last page to find that library. Go to Edit. And inside the library, I'm going to click Add Image. And here I can bulk upload as many images as I want. I have free designs for what I'm going to create. I'm going to have birds, flowers, and rainbows. And let's open those free. Free images have been selected, and we're going to create them in the library. There you go. Now that we have our library, let's go to My Designs and create a new design. So let's call this design Mother's Day Design. We have a canvas to start with, and here we can start creating our design. Let's start with the library I just created. So I'm going to create a dynamic image. I'm going to transform this and make it so it fits the whole canvas. Instead of uploading images one by one or by bulk, I'm going to pick the library, find the library, and select it. I can now see my designs here: the bird design, the flower design, and the rainbow design. But I'm going to add a couple extra things to this design. I'm going to add a text box. So I'm going to create a new text box, and I'm going to put it where I think is going to be the nicest place where it's going to look for. So how about I put it somewhere around here? Maybe rotate this a bit. Yeah, and well, this should be a bit narrow, like that. Yeah. In the character, I think I'm going to go for another font like this one. Okay, maybe we need to do some size adjustment like that. Perfect. I think that's going to look better. Another thing I want to add to my design is a place for customers to upload their own image. So I'm going to create an image placeholder. And I'm going to try this with a sample image, for example. So I click here, try this one. It seems like the proportion of the image is not fitting the proportions of the box, but I can always go to image behavior and click on fill area to make sure I'm always filling the box. Of course, I'm not going to be using a box. I want to shape this like the heart I have in my design. So I created a black and white mask that I can upload here. And this black and white mask will ensure that the uploaded image will show only in the black areas. This, and now we can manually do some adjustments. Okay, that sounds and looks a bit right. Still, I'm seeing that the image is on top of my design, so I'm just going to drag this down here. And this is what I've been trying to achieve. One thing that I want to do, and I always recommend doing this, is changing the names of the layers to something you can better identify, and also the messages that will reflect on the store later. So this one should be upload your photo. In the image selection, we can set select design, and in text, type your message. Sounds about right. So this is going to be our My Mother's Day design, and I'm ready to save this. Now, what's interesting about this is that once you save this design, the corresponding option set will, with all the personalization options that we created, will be automatically assigned and placed next to the design we created. If we added colors, fonts, or different swatches, they will be created. You can check that here in edit options. So you make sure that whatever product is created later using this design will have the options behaving exactly the way you want. Okay, well, passing that episode, let's go to the main menu and see how the design shows up here. Now I have my product base and my designs. This is where the fun part begins. Once you have your menu filled with different products and different designs, you can combine them the way you want to have beautiful personalized products published in your store in seconds. Now let's publish one of my own products with my own art. Let's go to create new product. Let's go to product bases. Here we are going to find our product. These are the variants that we created when we created the product base. And when we click next, instead of picking from Customily designs, we are going to pick from our own designs and find the Mother's Day design. Again, Customily is creating in Shopify a new listing, is creating the variants, is creating the template, is also creating the option set and putting everything together really quickly for you. Again, once we have this reviewing page, we are able to check out how everything is working, change, for example, the product details. Like I said, I recommend changing this. The name, you can set up the price, set up Customily, the description, and for example, I'm just going to paste the prices here. Save the product. We can also check how the options are behaving. You see, we have 3 variants that will change the background color. We can upload a photo. Customers, remember, will always have the chance to adapt this, resize, rotate, and move around. We can change our design, for example, to flowers, and type our message. And this looks really nice. I'm going to keep this photo. Maybe I'm going to use Ivory and save this as a product image. Once we are ready to go, let's publish this and see how it looks in the front end. You can change the variants, designs, and customize it pretty quickly. So now that we have gone through these steps, you are free to mix and match your designs and product bases. You will find it very handy that each design will have to be created only once, and they will adapt to any products you select for them. Remember, you can repeat this process as often as you want and with the combinations that work best for your business. You can choose a POD provider and add a customity design as we did at the beginning, or you can add your own art to the POD products. And the same way around, you can use your own product bases and add customity designs to them if you don't feel like creating your own art. And if you're using any of the POD suppliers listed in Customily 2.0, remember to insert the API key in Customily. That will allow you to have automated fulfillment, and that will make your life much easier. Well, I hope now you have things clear as to how to create your products using Customily 2.0. And remember, we have an excellent support team available to help you during your first steps and assist you with anything you need. If you need further help, don't hesitate to reach them via email, or you can find a live chat in the app during business hours. Also, you can join our Facebook communities where you can ask questions and share tips with other users of the app. Well, now I want to present to you a new game that's called Customily Challenge. I love teaching you everything about Customily, but I also love seeing you put it into practice. That's why I created a fun challenge for you. Starting tomorrow, you will have till the end of this month to complete a challenge and get some rewards. And there's a bonus prize for those that work hard and want to go the extra mile. We will send you an email with all the details of the challenge and how to participate. So make sure you open it because all who attended the webinar will have an extra boost. I believe this is the perfect way to put into practice what I showed you today. So I hope to see you all participate. Okay, great. Before we leave, let's answer some questions, okay? It's time for the live Q&A. Okay, let me open the chat for a second, and I see Taylor. Taylor has a question that says, how's the API key thing? How can I connect Customily with the POD provider to have automated fulfillment? That actually is pretty simple. Let me share you again my screen. When you go to the main page of Customily, you can go here on Settings, and there's a tab called Integrations. Integrations will show you all the spaces available to enter your API keys depending on your POD providers. Printful, Printify, Gearment, Gelato, and Casestry. These are the ones automating fulfilling for Customily, and we promise to have more to go really soon. Let's see. Oh, another question. Sam, what happens if after I publish the product, I want to make changes to the design? Well, that's an excellent question because, as you know, Customily created everything for you, but everything is there for you to check. So let's share again. Let's go again to the starting position, okay? And you'll see here that in the templates area, you will see all the designs that you have created and also the ones that Customily created for you. So in the last page, I should be able to see both the 26 by 26 pillow Mother's Day and the crew neck sweatshirt, the Happy Mother's Day. These are the templates that Customily created for us. So if I go and edit this, for example, the one we created using a POD and a Customily design, you will see that the template was created that in the step 1, you have the exact print area that the POD gave us. Then Customily inserted the design you selected and made available all objects like the title, the one dog layout, the two dog layout, and the three dogs layout. Here you can actually start playing around. You can move around the dogs, add another dog, change anything. This is the chance for you to freely move around this design and make sure it looks exactly how you picture. For example, changing the title to another quote that you like better. And if you go to the next step, you will see that Customily also pick up the POD mockups and created a couple of objects that will allow that to show better. So we have the layouts of the design, the title of the design, but also we have the mask to provide the effect of the wrinkles and the shadows, and the product colors where we can select the different colors of the variants. In any case, you want to put your own mockups instead of the mockups of the POD. This is the place for you to do the changes. But as you can see, Customily simplifies your steps, but always gives you the chance to personalize everything to make your store the best looking way. And we have another question. Okay, Alex, I have another question. I have seen this in many stores, but I don't understand how to do it. How can you put a text suggestion on the text box so my customers know what kind of message to add so the product looks nice? Now, that's very interesting because sometimes when we intend customers to place dates, for example, and there's like a nice format that will look better, we want to suggest that. And we can do that. And let me show you how. Let's go again to the start position. Okay. From here, you can access your products. And this products tab will show you every product in your Shopify store. Every time you make a change in your store, like changing names and stuff, you can sync again, and everything will show up exactly as it is in your Shopify store, with the advantage that you can identify those products connected to Customily with this check mark. So if I open this 26.26 Pillow Mother's Day, I can see the name of the product, I can see the listing photo, I can see the template connected to this product, and the options. The option set is a small file in which you can customize the way your customers will interface and will interact with the personalization process. So if I open this, I get to see that this upload your photo is how they interact to upload their image. Select design will have the options to change the heart with the bird and the flowers and the rainbows. And finally, the text input, type your message. This is where the customers are able to input their own text. This is the label, so they understand what they need to do. But if you want to suggest something, like, for example, love you, mommy, yeah, we're going to put it here in the placeholder. Placeholder will create like a shadow text as a suggestion. We simply scroll down, save the option set, and we can go to the product again, easily refresh. And now you see that there's a suggestion text here. If I click here and I type this is my message, perfect. But if I decide not to type this message, the placeholder will always be there to guide me into what would be a nice content of this message. Okay, and that's how you do it. You do it in the options set. Well, I'm afraid that's all the time we have. I thank you really much for participating in this challenge. As you can see, I changed my camera to my better alter ego. And I really thank you all for being here with me. Time's up, but I hope it was useful and that it helps you start selling more personalized products, we will be sending you a copy of the webinar to your email so you can rewatch it as many times as you need. We are going to send you details of the challenge I'm going to propose you. And if you're interested in having the files that we shared today about the pillow, for example, you can request them as well so you can practice on your site as well. I'm going to leave you with a short survey so you can send us your feedback. That would be great. Thank you for joining us and see you at the next webinar. Have a good day, all of you. Bye bye.